EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. But today, two AFC teams set to do battle. It should be a good one, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll have the speedy Tyrod Taylor calling the shots, the former Virginia Tech Hokie.
One of the classiest quarterbacks in the NFL, and always in a difficult position because he has the skills to be a starter, but there's usually a youngster behind him that they're grooming and they want on the field. But when given an opportunity to be the guy, he's led teams to the playoffs, and he's also gone to the Pro Bowl. A great combination of arm and legs, not to mention a brilliant mind.
That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I'm sure after he caught the ball and looked up, he thought to himself, uh-oh, trying to find some space, trying to make people miss. But a swarm of defenders were there, and they dropped him behind the line of scrimmage.
From midfield now, here's Taylor. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
Now it's Taylor. This is Lazard with a catch out left. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
That's good for a Jets first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now a 2nd and 6. On the counter, it's Hall. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll try and do this himself. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
So on comes a field goal unit for the Jets. Here's Nick Folk. This from 32 yards away. And Folk's kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And when I watch him play, all I think about is the word improvement. Every season in the league, he finds a way to get better and has become just as dynamic with his arm as he has with his legs. 41 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions in 2024. His big goal now, getting his team to a Super Bowl. Plenty of success during the regular season. Now they want to win at playoff time.
That's complete, left side to Bateman. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up second and
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. As they've got it as we resume action. Now an option play on second down. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 51 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive down with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll have a Jets first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action, now Taylor. And that's too tall for his receiver. It's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. That's complete to Lazard. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Taylor. That is caught. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Taylor. Finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Well, I think it was apparent that they were ready for that when all you had to do was look at the line of scrimmage from a defensive standpoint. They brought in some extra bulk, won at the point of attack, and stopped that run for a loss.
And now Nick Folk, his career long, 56 yards. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this 1st half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now it's Jackson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
2nd and a couple. The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Throwing is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Wide open receiver, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Nice little juke, and he won't quite make it to the 25. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Second half begins with a run by Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out. Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 18. And the Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Fighting to stay on his feet past midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Michael Clemens there to make the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. To throw is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
First carry now for Justice Hill. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Luke now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the end result was the touchdown run by Justice Hill. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. Well, there's a small magical spread to overcome. A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Back now in Baltimore. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And out across midfield down to the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the fourth quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
To throw is Taylor. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That's going to be caught downfield by Lazard. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 41 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue down.
That's to Davis. He's got it. Touchdown, New York. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Now, and he will get into the end zone as a two-point conversion is successful, and the lead is down to a field goal here in the fourth. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start by running the option to the right. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
2nd and 10. Now Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Jackson now. He's got his target. That's complete. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 31-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Here's Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
It's a gain of 29. That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other, and they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.